Hi, my name is Lesbia Guadalupe Camas. So the story I have about my name was that my first name Lesbia actually comes from my dad's side of the family. My dad's mother was named Lesbia, so I was named Lesbia. But I prefer to go by Guadalupe, and that name was given to me because that name was given to me by my mom, so that makes it my middle name. And my mom didn't like that my dad named me Lesbia, so in order to save me from that name, he she gave me Guadalupe. I didn't start going by Guadalupe until I was in the third grade. My first years in my kindergarten, preschool to I would say second grade. Uh, I used to go by and no, my preschool year, my first so I used to go by Lesbia from pre-K, preschool until the until the middle of third until my third grade year when I moved from schools and I went and I entered school. I used to go by Lesbia from preschool all the way to third grade because I moved schools when I was in third grade. So I came in like in the middle of the year, I think. And one day the teacher asked me, "So do you prefer to go by Guadalupe?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I didn't know that I had the middle name Guadalupe until my teacher told me that my middle name was Guadalupe. So I started going by Guadalupe since then. A fun fact about that: I didn't know how to spell Guadalupe, and so the first few days was hard because I didn't know how to spell my name. So I was always self conscious about my first name. I never liked it. I did preschool in Mexico for a time, and I was called by my first name, and people would always mock it. And when I moved here, I didn't make friends because of my first name. I always struggle with that because people would mock it, and that would make me angry, and that would lead that would lead me into getting in a fight with someone that would mock my name. Over time, I would just fight um, people who mock my name, and I would always be in trouble in school. So I was always self conscious when it came to attendance, especially when it came to attendance. The teacher would go through all the list, all the names, and then you kind of knew it's you when you kind of know. I kind of knew it was me when she would struggle to say the name, and I would be like, "It's me," and I would be like, uh, "Lesbian," and she'd be like, "Yeah, is that you?" I'm like, "Yeah," and you know, it was always self conscious for me to kind of raise my hand and say it was me because I always felt embarrassed about it. And some teachers mispronounce your name. They don't intend to, but it's like a microaggression, and they should have just always asked. But for me, it was always me. I was always too shy to like kind of raise my hand and correct the teachers because it was my name is so embarrassing to me that I never, I never liked it. Not until later on that I said before I found out that I had a middle name, which I started becoming more friendly towards people. I started to have more friends. Uh, I would not get into fights as much, and I would be more happy with my new name. If uh, I would be happy with the new name that I had, and it was amazing. Going into elementary school with a new identity in a way was cool because people didn't know my first name, and when my friends found out that I had I think I was in the fourth grade when they first found out my first name was Lesbia. The teacher was calling attendance, and she's like Lesbia, and then people were like, and my classmates were like, "There's no one with that name here," and I was like, "It's me." And people were like, "Oh, is that your name? I didn't know you had a first name. I didn't know that was your name, and it was kind of funny. And people would try to call me by my first name, but then totally forget how to pronounce it, so they would just call me Lupe or Guadalupe. Uh, so yeah, that's the story behind my name. I don't now I am more now people know me by Guadalupe instead of Lesbia, which I like. Um, I will all I will I will always be thankful for my mom for giving me my middle name because it made my life so easier later on in life. And I'm just grateful for that name.